Hi guys, you're watching episode 2 of High Pitch. I have a little disclaimer to make. We shot this episode last week at the end of PSL week 2, so all that PSL goodness was fresh in our mind. However, my co-host and co-host, whatever he is, he's fired. Ahmad's mic was not working properly, so there are some sound issues in this, but we still wanted to go ahead and post the episode because we really enjoyed it, and to reshoot it, we'd have to fake laugh more than we are in this. So definitely check it out. Sorry for the audio again. He will never be back.
Hey everyone, just wanted to add a quick disclaimer to Sabah's disclaimer. I am in fact not fired, and I actually can't be fired. It's a part of my contract, which I have right here. So yeah, episode 3 is going to be awkward, but see you there.
Hi everyone, I'm Sabah Bano Malik. That's exactly like how I do full disclosure. Yeah. Hi, you're watching High Pitch on Change of Pace. This is episode 2 of High Pitch. This is a show where I'm Sabah Bano Malik, your host, and we're going to talk everything about PSL 8. It's fun, culture, music, good times, good vibes, memes, tweets, all that fun stuff. And I have my illustrious guest with me, Ahmad.
I can't believe I'm in second episode. I thought after
I was gonna say you may recognize him as my guest from the last episode, but I feel like everyone liked you so much. I was like, I gotta bank on this. Bring him back. You know,
I am the face of the franchise, but I didn't think I was making it back, so I'm very happy to be here. Lots of positive responses on that person.
I know. We clap for ourselves. Good job. Who knew that liking the sound of our own voices was gonna pay off someday? I mean, I guess that's how I make my money. But yeah, it was a really good response. Not surprised, but like very relieved.
Yeah, pleasantly. I mean, not surprised. You're right. Exactly. I think hoping for this.
Yes.
But everyone's positive response, the comments, the views, everything. Honestly, very thankful for it. So it gives us encouragement and motivation to continue doing it.
Thank you guys so much. We are pumped. Ahmad's getting a taste of celebrity. We're all very excited for him. He's getting right in, I must say. In fact, we got a comment on Twitter that you look like a celebrity, allegedly.
That one. I mean, since you're the third party here, you can, maybe.
Did you see my response?
You did make a face.
I completely disagree. I don't think you look like that person. I was like, I'm about to come in and defend my colleague real quick.
Thank you.
But I love her. I know she meant it as a compliment, but
yeah, I was gonna say thank you for calling me colleague this time and not your boss. That was And so we're learning as we go.
Last time he forced me to call him his boss. Please don't fact check. Just know that this show is about checking misogyny, and that's a big part of what we're going to talk about today.
About nepotism too. That's what
nepotism, fighting misogyny, and this nepotistic misogynist, essentially. I'm joking.
Back for episode 3 for sure.
Yeah. Episode 3, I already have a lineup. Now, would episode 3 be the final episode?
It might be.
Right? Because it's after the finale.
Yeah, maybe for the PSL, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh my God, my contract's been extended.
On here too. You guys are the first to know along with
Oh my God, this is so exciting. Okay, you can come back episode 3. See, nepotism, it'll always work in your favor.
You pull the right strings.
Yeah. Whose strings? Which one of them? I'll send them flowers. No, actually, the rest of the team, I've been like, all right, you guys will be guests on the show too, so when will you come? And they were like, that's your decision. That was so stressful for me. I just left them on red. I was like, I'm just the talent.
What really matters is that I'm here now, and that's all I care about. The rest of it.
I will say we got mad compliments on our chemistry, and I was like, well, what are you going to do?
Who would have thought that was the first time we're actually speaking to each other?
Yes, this is the wildest part is before we actually started the first episode, I told him, we've never talked. We don't know each other from Adam. I don't think we even interacted really on Twitter ever. And so this was our first time talking. So we did like a icebreaker, get to know you. And then there you go. Or maybe both of us just connect better with people we don't know and don't plan on speaking to outside of work.
I mean,
I'm joking. Best friend. You're like, can we cut the cameras?
Like start tearing up, man.
Okay, no. We'll be doing lots of episodes of High Pitch. I don't know. I like him. I think he's going to be my co-host. I like the vibe.
Hey, that's
Yeah, and then we can like bring on a third guest and be like, agree with us or get out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the rule. If you don't agree with it, you're not going to be on the show.
Yeah, this is not a democratic show. Okay, this is a weed. Actually,
That not me.
this is the place I'd like to start. His bullying and the bullying of many of you on the internet have cost one of the cricket players out of PSL, which is Ahmad Hasan's bun. He chopped it off today.
Yeah, that's breaking news. It's very fresh. It's only happened like an hour ago or two.
Yeah, we're all still reeling, honestly.
Sabah is still in shock. We had a lot of text exchanges. We've been consoling her this whole time, but he has actually gone on and chopped it off completely. And to be fair, like, you know, when I saw the video, he had very long hair. Like,
Yo, I was surprised that he could have braided that back like Viking style if he wanted to.
that would have been a good look.
Yeah, but see, because he had the bob underneath, which I have been telling everyone, he could not do it. Also, very thick hair. Remember, we were like, is it hiding something or is it just a style choice?
Yeah,
It was a
hiding a bald spot. But it is probably their biggest loss of the season so far
for Karachi Kings.
for Karachi Kings.
We've been watching the same season. That's part of our job here. But yes, it is a huge loss. I mean, we have to see how. Wait, are they playing right now?
They're actually playing right now. I tell you the score 121-1.
Them?
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised too.
Maybe the button is what was holding them back.
It's like the reverse Samsonite or whatever.
Yeah. Wow, I'm very impressed. Okay, actually, that's a good place to. I just agreed with you. I didn't know, but I don't like appearing dumb. So I just am like, yeah. That's
Samson, not Samsonite. Nothing luggage brand.
Excellent luggage brand. Yeah. Aspire to that someday. If you sponsor us.
I mean, we went for like 6 sponsors in the last episode, and no one's like really, you know, sent a message back. So we're gonna continue trying. And if you're here,
no one's messaged him. I've gotten many gift baskets, as I should.
That is true. She did show me before the show began, and I would say I'm a little jealous.
I would be too. Honestly, when other people get like free lingeries and stuff, I'm so sad. Like, I wish I got free clothes and I would never have to shop again, you know?
All you're getting are like, what, flowers or what did you get?
Yeah, they're like, here's a box of matches. And I'm like, okay. Actually, that's a really good gift. Please don't stop sending it. You never know when you need matches. Straight up, it is dope. And every person who says that, I will promote your brand for free. When I try to buy matches on Food Panda, it doesn't give me the option. I'm like, what do they think I'm up to? You know, I can buy a lighter, but not matches. Or does it seem right? Anyways, Food Panda sponsor us. us and Fawad Khan. Never been a better match.
Literally the same people.
Literally. Yeah. You know, I'm going to go on a tangent. Did I tell you I've met Fawad Khan? I don't know if we covered this last time. It's one of my starting stories to impress people. But basically, I used to be an editor of a fashion magazine out here. And one of my first, like, huge cover stories was Fawad Khan back when Khoobsurat came out. Did you watch that?
You know what? The Indian movie?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched it.
You didn't watch it. No. Interesting that he doesn't watch women forward stories. We'll talk about that.
More in a minute.
Yeah, more in a minute. Get your pens out. Here's his Instagram ID and get to canceling. And it's going to be... Oh, yeah, but basically, so I got to interview him and like do a photo shoot with him the whole day in Lahore and this and that. I did not say a single word for like 8 hours. I was so nervous and like me, people could not talk. Just, I don't know why. I didn't know what to do. And my other colleague was like shooting the shit. They're like dapping it up, homies by the end of it. And meanwhile, I'm just like...
Fawad said, if you can please answer a question, please, Deepa.
Not even. I was like, you go ask him. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to talk. And I think I might have said like salam. But to be fair, he's like a reserved, like, you know, actor dad guy. So it's not like he was trying to shoot the shit. But like, I literally, my energy was so off-putting.
That doesn't seem like you as a person. No, now that I've known you for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Literally. Now that we've had 10 days
of knowing.
I know. And then afterwards I called my dad and I was like, I blew it and da-da-da. And my dad very eloquently said, you know, when he woke up this morning, he went to the bathroom and so did you. So just remember that whenever you meet a person, that they also go to the bathroom. And I was like, dog. Yo,
So deep.
wisdom,
I haven't like registered it fully. I'm like, I'm
right?
mornings that my Fawad Khan is
Yes. Basically, you are entitled to all his money.
But why is that not coming my way?
You know what? Because we don't own our power. We just don't. We got to. Read your whole things, guys.
I need to think about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mola Jut. Did you watch Mola Jut?
I was gonna say
Because that's a male forward story.
I should have just said no.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't support male forward stories either.
Any stories, okay? I'm
Yeah.
equally like unsupportive of all stories, but I did go and watch it because I think all of us were like trying to support Pakistan cinema at that point, and honestly delivered. Like in terms of the movie,
Oh, it was so good. So good. 10 out of 10. If you haven't seen Mola Jud, you're one of 3 Pakistanis who hasn't seen it. Please go see it.
I think Suhail actually hasn't still seen it. So,
Shocking.
yeah, just, little random shots being fired at Suhail already.
Yeah. Actually, he would have been an insufferable guest on today's show. Actually, you could be one. You had a very good week this week.
Yeah, we have. Want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
Let's get into it. Now that we're 20 minutes into the show, let's talk about PSL. Actually, before we get into the very good week for Islamabad United, let's talk about PSL in general. So this was week 2. The day we recorded our show, it was a double match. So many notes. But this is, if you watch the last episode, we both talked about how that PSL just didn't feel like it was PSL. It felt very rushed. And like non-committal. And some of that, I would say, continued this week. But this week, to me, felt like real PSL. Like, the matches were intense. People were playing.
Who the fuck was the
wild
purpose of this league?
Yeah, they remembered. I guess they watched our show, and we asked them why they thought they were there. And now they know.
That's part of the views. I mean, we've had a lot of impact already on Ahmad Hasan and
surely.
But yeah, you're right. I think this week did feel a lot more PSLE because the games were exciting. Even the off field stuff started to pick up. We saw some anthems being dropped. We saw more interactions between the admins of the different franchises. So it was starting to gather, ahead of steam.
Yeah. So the anthems dropping to me is just like, is this a joke? Like, why didn't you? I just don't get why they didn't happen before the series started. Like, it's almost over. Like, you just wanted to silent at your matches until halfway through. Like, I don't know.
They just felt like, okay, we're just going to go through the season. And if anyone actually asks, we might just go like, oh yeah, we have it in the locker. But to be fair, some of them are so garbage. Like, I'm glad that they delayed, release.
I'm actually more embarrassed that they did. Did you listen to both of Queta's?
I did. Unfortunately, I spent like 8 minutes of my life listening to both of those. And
I sent him 4 pages of notes today.
The notes that I have, it's like, I said this earlier, I felt like a kid before an exam trying to like cram everything in and figure it out. But yeah, including those notes were the 2 anthems for them, the 1 anthem from Islamabad. And yeah, I feel physically sick.
It is truly, when I say my body, like, I could not stop cringing. Like, when I saw the Quetta, let's start with Quetta Gladiators. Okay, so they dropped 2. The first one, I just want to know how much money they spent on this, because We're the Champions by DJ Bravo, the Quetta Gladiators 2023 anthem. I'm going to read one of the tweets that was underneath them when they pinned it. You guys deserve to lose this season for this anthem alone. And they also re-uploaded and deleted it like more than twice. No way. And my notes is even the ones born here should be deported. Like, what the fuck? What? I said I wouldn't cuss that much. I'm taking your guys' notes. Yeah. What the hell was that?
What the heck?
Why? Why would you do that? Especially when you're losing. Don't release it. We're the champions.
Like,
what?
We're the champions of like 2019-ish, something. It just didn't make any sense because he was with them, DJ Bravo, in the past when they made the anthem. They won the league, all of that stuff. But why bring him back? And you have so many local artists that are doing jobs for like, generally music in general. And you go and get DJ Bravo and shoot like a 30-minute video and then just like use random clips and like put it together.
Yeah, with a green screen. He wasn't even here.
No.
Like, what are we doing? The gladiators deserve better. They are not having a good time.
I don't think they deserve anything at this point.
No, I think that they deserve therapy. And look, some of them are playing their hearts out, and they did not deserve to be mocked in this way.
That's fair. I think
DJ Bravo, if you're watching, big fan. But like, no.
You want to come on the show?
Yeah. Oh my God, we'd love to have you. And I don't blame you. Yeah. I weirdly blame Sarfraz Ahmed. There's someone else, but I'm blaming someone.
DJ, it's not you. You're a great person, great.
Yeah.
You're one of the goats of all time. So
yeah. Neither of us can sing. No, I'm not sure. Can you?
No, I can't really.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Neither of us. So, probably couldn't write a song either. No. And then they dropped another one. Yep. So this one is called Quetta Gladiators Anthem Part 2. All right, that's what I've called it, at least. And the lyrics include, it's by Kadir Khan. Lyrics are by Muzammil Attar. And some of the lyrics include, get the grounds ready, but in Urdu. And then quite literally, they say gladiators. There's also a shot of what appears to be the owner wearing sunglasses walking in Karachi airport.
Why not?
It looks like they spent a little money on the video, though. Not gonna lie. It's
30% more than the 0% that they spent.
Yeah. But it has like proper like lit clips, Look.
I feel like they found someone on like Fiverr or something, and they're like, here's what we need to do in the next 2 hours. We need a music video.
I don't even think that. I think they picked like Hasnan because he's young and smart, and we're like, hey, can you just, and he was like, I have to practice, and they were like, just put it together. You're young and you're cool. You get it.
It matches anyway, just like
woof
there. So
no. Also, I just want to say again for the record, I started as a Gladiators fan, and
that's the last
today
you've changed.
And today I'm a fan of Pakistan. That is now I'm neutral. As so many people on Twitter like to tell me.
He supports cricket now.
Yeah, I just support Pakistan. You know what I mean? I just want the best for Pakistan. So yeah, those were not good. And the fact that it happened during this week, I just think slap in the face. I didn't mind the second song. Like, I don't mind it. I think it sounds like a sports song.
I mean, again, it just seems so generic, and that's the thing that's bothering me right now. That there are so many artists out there that can do a good job. We've seen it happen when it's not the PSL. We keep referencing that song with Atif Aslam and Faris Shafi. That was great. Like, it talked about cricket, but it had that passion. It created that excitement. All of these songs are like, just, I don't know why they're done. Like, what's the purpose?
I feel like they were like, we have the budget, we made it, we have to release it. Like, I don't know when, because this year we're manifesting, when I'm the owner of the Pindi PSL team, if our song is garbage, guess what? No one's singing. We are silently on that field.
You're firing your entire media team if that happens.
Yeah. Although I'm just going to poach Islamabad United the way they poach Pindi for players. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm bitter. Speaking of Islamabad United, they released a song called Shahzade.
You want my thoughts on this?
Yes, I want your thoughts. As an Sabah United super fan, please let me know how you feel. Do you feel represented? Do you feel seen?
I feel like a Shahzada listening to that song is happening. That was terrible. It was so bad. Like, not just the music video. I don't know why they're in like a club anthem all of a sudden. Like, who decided that they're just going to put like random screens and people dancing and like, they might as well have had like alcohol and strippers or something. I don't know. But it's just not making any sense. We might get like cut out there, but then
I'm trying to keep us from being demonetized this time, okay? People were very upset with me.
Ross, do your job, producer, censor me. But
yeah. Be like Pakistan and censor. You guys leave this country and you just change up on us with all your loosey-goosey morals.
Exactly. Can't catch us here. But no, that's not terrible. Then the players lip syncing, terrible. The lyrics.
You didn't like Asif Ali's dead to the cam lip sync?
What? Why are you just randomly moving your lips? It makes no sense.
You looked exactly like...
Right? Well, that's how big a fan I am. I started to look like Asif Ali. And then the song, it opened up and I thought they took like Badshah or someone from Bollywood and put him in there.
I tried to find who made it and I didn't find the name or the lyrics. I wanted to know who to blame.
They didn't credit anyone. Like, I don't know.
Because they would say it's a Youphone ad. So it must have been like something from an agency, essentially.
That's why it's been ruined more. I feel like the branding and everything just like really killed it. And then that one line that I saw, it was like selfie lagao, vlog banao, sabko dikhao. Something along those lines. Like, don't quote me on it, I might be wrong, but like it was with
Wow, it's my favorite way to end that and show everyone.
like, why? How is
And it's not matching up with what we'll get into it later, but their social media game, I'm telling you, I hate them just because I'm from Bindi. And I'm just saying that I have literally complimented the admin of their social media like 30 times. I've been sending him screenshots. I'm like, yo, they are so funny.
they're definitely trying, and they're bringing a fresh energy, but the song was not that. I mean,
Yeah. You should have gotten that kid. Whoever's running that account needed to be on the like decision-making board for the song.
conspiracy theory, we think that it might be Sarkil, but he's denied it on air several times.
That's true. I did see that he denied it, but he's a
I've
man.
seen the two in the same room at the same time. So
Facts. And also the tweets come very different timings. Like when Sergey, this is how much research we put into the show. I was like, let me see. Is my colleague a sneak? Because he is Sergey's clever. He makes good jokes. Could be him. Could be him. Spread the news. But anyways, if there was an award, we are doing social media award.
we are, yeah.
But Islamabad is in third place as of this.
I think, again, we've looked at some of the posts, and I think maybe this week they'll start to go up the ranks because they've had some bangers. Peshawar was leading the way. They dropped.
Yeah,
some
Peshawar had a drop. They got fried by Islamabad United in like the best way. You know what? Let's just get into it. So Islamabad United, we might link it below if I'm not lazy and I make Sarfraz do it. But basically, after the match with Zalmi, Islamabad United, who's partnered with Food Panda, because they're both pink, put up a picture of like Shadab getting a delivery, and it was like, oh, it's Peshawari chapli kebab. And then in parentheses, it's not a burger, which, that's funny as fuck. Like,
and the thing
truly.
Response to what Peshawar had put up.
What did they put up?
They put up a burger, and that's
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. And then I saw, then Zalmi puts up like a gif of a kid eating a burger. Like, sure. And then what I loved is that Islamabad United goes, wow, congratulations.
full sad,
Like,
holding back.
Like, has there ever been a more Pakistani response to something to like dismiss someone is to say something that not related at all? They're basically like, yeah, good job, you done, bitch.
Well, you thought that was good enough? Okay.
Yeah. Wow, congrats. I loved it. Art, pure art.
That's the kind of energy that you expect people to bring to the table, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So last week we were talking about y'all being boring as hell. That's what we were referring to. Is where was this spice,
Yeah. I think that was missing in the games in the PSL altogether, but then the Zalmi did have a very good one. I think it was against the Gladiators, where they put up that video of Hasnan just like rocketing into orbit or something. And I found that one clip of this gentleman on
the best TikToker in Pakistan who puts himself, I'm forgetting his name. Do you remember his name?
I don't know his name. Unfortunately, I've seen some.
Yeah. But you will, if you know about Pakistan TikTok, you'd know it's the guy who always like has himself green screened onto like flying planes, and he'll just like take off from his village. He's amazing. He's something uncle. I don't know, something like that.
Uncle, if you're listening, we have a spot.
We really want guests. I've already debased myself tweeting at celebrities. Abdullah Siddiqui ghosted me. I hope he watches.
Call him out on air.
Yeah, he's not gonna watch it.
Even if he was, he's not coming on now.
Awesome, Azar. We know you're watching, okay?
I've been tagging you, bro, and you're not responding.
Yeah, it really hurts our feelings.
Please reply me.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
He's a little mad about it.
Exactly. Wow.
Good, our name drop. So yeah, Islamabad United's amazing, and it's very hard for me to say that. But since we're talking about it, they had a couple of bangers that I saved here. What else did they have? Oh, they put up a post of Abrar Ahmed, this Harry Potter from you guys know Harry Potter?
Personally, yeah, I feel like it was a little weak.
Yeah. And they called it House Gryffindor, and all these people in the comments were like, it's Griffin. No, they said Gryffindor House. So people were like, it's called House Gryffindor, you losers. People were very upset.
Yeah, the Potterheads were like all out in force.
Yeah. Are you a Potterhead?
I mean, I've enjoyed the movies and the books. I've read them quite a bit, but I wouldn't call myself like a Potterhead. Like
What house were you in?
I don't know. I've never actually done that thing. Probably like Slytherin or something.
I swear I was going to say Slytherin.
Yeah.
Just
Why?
I don't know. You have Slytherin energy.
Or would you,
Huh?
would you be like Hufflepuff or what?
First of all, I will end this show right fucking here, and I will end you with it. You ever come at me like that again? I'll have to call Mossad. This is an outrage. I am a Ravenclaw, sir.
Oh, right. I was just thinking of like one of the purple ones. I thought it was Hufflepuff.
Oh my god, you do? Yeah, it's the purple one. Okay, then I can believe you.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff. No offense to Hufflepuffs, but like full offense, you know? Get it? It's just not a cool name.
Yeah, I knew what I was saying. I'm gonna go back on that. No, but there's
He read the books, he alleges, huh?
I mean the books that I've read, I've watched the movies. There's a new game coming out, or it's already out, Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm waiting to play that. So I feel like that might, bring me back into my old Harry Potter days.
Well, I can't support J.K. Rowling anymore.
Oh right, yeah, she's
Thanks for ruining it. Listen, 50-year-old white people, if you could just get it together, like just don't talk.
relevant anymore after a certain point. Just
Like you're a billionaire, you're done. Calm down. Give me money. That never works for this. The point of this show is I'm gonna be unemployed from next week. These mics don't pay for themselves, okay, guys? Oh, okay, next. So what else did they have? Oh, this I really loved. Islamabad United during Azam Khan game. So we're gonna skip a couple games ahead, or should we go in order of what happened, or just do whatever?
Yeah, whatever we want.
Just do whatever we want. Our show, my show. Look at me, just a woman giving her power away to a man. That's what this all is.
I don't even say. I said your show.
Okay, well there you go. Oh my god, I need confidence up. All right, so Azam Khan. I will say two things. First of all, first episode, we talked about Azam Khan at the end. We had a great conversation, if I say so myself, about body shaming and sort of bias against body. And then I was tuned in to Change of Pace because I'm paid to, joking. Actually, I only listen to you guys doing it. I won't lie. Sometimes I would tune into Normal like a couple seasons ago, even though I pretended. But now I'm invested. They have such a good comment section. It's like funny as hell.
We do. I think that's one of the best.
I feel like Twitter people like moved over, honestly, and it's really funny. And you brought it up, and I was so happy you did. And you said like very
listening.
Yeah. I wanted to be on the second episode.
No, I genuinely meant it though, because
Yeah.
you like the less we call it out, the more people feel comfortable with it. And I'm really glad the chat also took cue from that, because that entire evening and since then we didn't hear anything. And Azam was delivering at that moment, and it was amazing to see like everyone.
Yeah, it really felt like, I'm not supposed to say bad words, but it really felt like a screw you kind of like, I'm me and I don't give a shit. So I love that you talked about it, and like, yo, actually, he didn't know I was there. I responded afterwards and like, yeah, I'm here too. And like, I agree. Lots of people agreed, and one person made a, kind of a mid, as the kids call it, fat joke later, and they got told off by other people in there. Yeah. So
I mean, the chat really monitors itself, and everyone brings the same kind of energy. That's the thing. Like we're again working as a community, and I feel like people really take cues from us and from each other as well. And we also take their cues. If we're ever saying something that's incorrect or inappropriate, then we also have to check ourselves. So I'm glad, as the Change of Pace community, we've established this, and now we're going to go after the wider internet. But Azam Khan last night or night before, whatever it was.
Night before, we had Saturday off, which honestly we needed. This was a crazy week of cricket.
Insane.
Crazy.
And I think Azam just capped it off. It's unfortunate he missed out on the century, because that would have been the fastest ever.
Honestly, first of all, let's just get into the fact that Azam Khan gets up there and he fucking destroys. I think 83 of his 97 runs were boundaries. Of which 8 were sixes. I think majority were sixes on that. And that is the way he hit those sixes. And then he just had no expression. He was just like,
collected. He's like, I could do this on any day.
Yeah. He's like, I told you. And when I was just like, he's just like, oh, Nazar not look die. I'm just going to act really chill about this, because if I freak out, then everything will go awry. Exactly. And truly, until the very last moment, he was on point. Even when he got out, it was because the bowler just got him, essentially. But
like the post match or something where he was like, I've only missed one ball the entire innings and the entire night, and it just happened to be that. But you know, to do it in front of his dad, and when Khan was in the dugout, he was watching the Gladiators, his ex team. Like, there's so many little like stories within.
yeah, and so many of his homies, like legit his homies. So first, we'll get into his dad, Moeen Khan. So if you're new to Bach cricket, because that's why you would be listening, Moeen Khan, legend of cricket, I could say. And he happens to be the father of Azam Khan, and he is a coach at Quetta Gladiators. So he was across the field, pitch, I don't know. I don't know shit about cricket. So he was across that, and they cut to him because at one point Azam Khan, maybe when he had his 50, was like this, that, and like
apologized.
Yeah, and his dad's just like no,
Yeah, no.
and I was like, yo, I would have lost it. Like, mad respect. That's a professional that he was just like, you know. But the other people on that team also looked impressed as well. I don't think there was any player on that field who wasn't like,
no. And it's great because like both sides of the field were his teammates, right? One was his ex team, so he's played with these players. The other ones are the ones that he plays with now. And the coolest thing is like the Islamabad United team and management, everyone believes in him a lot, right? So when they brought him over in the trade with Iftikhar Ahmed, a lot of people were thinking that maybe Quetta won that trade because Ifti Mania's like stock was rising, all of that stuff. But Azam Khan has just like turned that entire conversation on its head because he's been the star. And the things that he's doing now, you know, all of those conversations about him coming back into the Pakistan team, all of that stuff, one of the best hitters of spin, one of the best, like, you know, long range hitters in the game.
Yeah, Azam Khan super stands here. If you guys haven't caught on.
If he didn't pick it up earlier. And I was on comms at that time, and there was that over where he did 3 6s to Asnan, who happens to be his best friend. So again,
Bestie, yeah.
It was incredible. And the shots that he played, that third shot, the sweep 6, whatever you want to call it, I think I watched it probably like 100 times afterwards.
The one that flew over?
Went over the roof.
Yeah, so he's got a record now. Well, first of all, this was his best innings in PSL in like ever. And then I don't know, maybe that does to say something about the team, but we'll get into that. And then it was 152 meters, making him the 4th longest, right?
Yeah, I think he had the 4th longest this season or something.
Oh, I thought it was in general, like throughout this.
It was this season?
Okay, sorry, I gave you much more props than you deserved. I take them back. Humble yourself. Don't gaslight me.
Because like every other hitter in that list was probably foreign. So he's the
only Pakistani on it.
I think he could easily like better that over the course of the season because
for sure. Yeah. I'm really happy for him. I don't know. It feels like I'm like I feel he is a better fit for Islamabad. I don't want to insult him by saying he has Islamabad energy, but I would say like it kind of makes sense. I feel like that's a good fit.
Yeah, it does. I think like also like when I hear him speak, I realize how mature he is because the comments, you know, in the post-match stuff, they're always trying to like instigate him or get some sort of spicy response. And he's very collected. Like
he's funny too. Actually, in my dissertation that I sent him to look at before the show, I have a bunch of clips of him actually in his post-match interview where he's just kind of frying them a little bit and is like, you know,
very polite.
Yeah.
Someone asks him something, he'll address them as sir, or like, you know, like he gives them a lot of respect. But then
like his dad is standing in the hallway.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, remember, I've taught you better, and he credits his dad for everything.
Oh my God, that was so sweet at the end. And he was like, Abu's my biggest supporter.
Exactly, yeah. And then he carries a chip on his shoulder, right? We've talked about this before with other players where they, you know, have that association with the next cricketer, or they have like, you know, famous last name, and they get questioned like, do you have the right to be here? And in the initial seasons, he looked a bit lost, and I think he was proving a point. But now, I think he belongs with, you know, some of the best.
But also, it's so scary. I mean, I really cannot imagine being like the whole world is watching you, you know? Like, I think that's so crazy. And they're so young. They're like, you know, little butchas, 24 or 23. Their whole lives ahead of them. Some of us spines have given out. That's why I'm sitting, not standing, you know?
I'm laying down. Video's inverted.
Yeah. Is that true? I was already so impressed. Look at his tackies.
Like, wow, this guy's really got it together. No, I'm setting up a barely.
Yeah, I'm literally duct taped to this chair And I'm hoping
That's the worst thing on my chair that I keep sliding depending on which part of my back is about to give out. So, hey, awesome. Do you?
Yeah, do you? He was great. I'm trying to find what was the other one. Da-da-da. Oh, so Islamabad United social media during Azam's time, which was like the entire match, was hilarious because if you know me from cricket Twitter, I literally wrote in the notes that they're coming for my brand because there was literally just tweets of pure gibberish, them screaming Azam, literally. They made a meme out of him in like 2 seconds. And I thought, and you know, as you said it earlier, it just makes you more excited when you're like, oh, I'm interacting with a voice of the team and like, look at them freaking out and having a great time. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm screaming Azam too.
I have a conspiracy theory, Sabah.
Yeah.
Are you the Islamabad United admin?
Can you imagine?
I can't, but like, who knows? It could
Yeah.
be,
No.
right?
I've started tweeting a lot less.
Self a lot.
Receipts are there. I'm not tweeting as much about cricket.
Find some tweets that match. Yeah, this might.
Yeah. Like they had one that was literally like just gibberish, and I was like, I have that exact tweet like 10 times. So maybe that someone caught Sir Hale follows me. Could be it. Please don't come from my brand. It's all I have. Okay.
I don't really know whether it's sub or fail. If you guys know, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And then speaking of it, Quetta Gladiators. Oh my God, the tweets that like, you know what look, I recently resigned from my job as a content lead, and I have to admit my own weaknesses, right? Like some of the times I was like, I just sound like an auntie on the internet who doesn't get it. And some of those tweets by Gladiators, I was like, did I write this? Because it is not good. You need a younger person or something.
Like tweets by someone that's never used Twitter before.
They literally had, when Roy got out, they had R, sad face emoji, Y. To which we asked,
Why is the question?
why would you do that?
Why would you tweet? Is it Naveem Umar? Is he the one tweeting all of this? Is he like secretly like mad? He's like, you know what? I'm not going to hire a social media
That's
this year. It's just going to be me. I've learned how to tweet. I know what.
I was just he's like, I have Twitter on my phone, so I'm fine. It was really
Terrible.
just really bad. They also they wrote Buskaro Azam.
Bro, spelled it with a C.
Why would you spell it with a C? Are you even Pakistani?
No, it's not that. It's just like, it made no sense. But I just wanted to agree that going for Gladiators in terms of social media, music, cricket, personnel, management, what else? Kit.
So I will say their purple is nice because you may have recognized this show as purple too. And that was not actually done. You know what? Delete that.
That's still 5 reasons for them to like really suck, and they do.
But what do you? I tweeted this and I got many responses in agreement that I think that either they're gonna have like some kind of dramatic shakeup where they lose a lot of players, or one of them is gonna have these younger dudes is gonna become captain and like do a shakeup from within, because Hasnan played innings of his life. He crushed it this week bowling for QG. I think he did amazing. He got all these outs and he put in so much effort. And there was a point, I think, where Iftikhar like dropped one of his catches and I was like, yeah, he literally was like, it was bad. It was hard to watch.
They deserve that. And I agree with you. I think there's a massive shakeup or like some sort of overhaul coming, because if they don't, they're just going to continue like sliding down.
Honestly, and because Twitter is the entire universe, everyone was like, yo, you guys are done. And like, I say this again as an OG Quetta fan that like, I don't want that to happen. And I just don't know why they're not able to get it together. And Naseem Shah lost his shit this week. And I want to talk to you. So our first episode, we talked heavily about Amir, which we will get into also today, if we have time for him, Mr. Pelvic Thrust and then groin injury in quick concession.
Wow. Not related.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thrust so hard that he like pulled a muscle or something.
I'm sorry. This guy's out of control. He's not from Pakistan. Yeah, so basically, Naseem Shah got livid. And I think this was such a hard week on them. And like, you cannot blame how frustrating it is to feel like there's no chemistry happening on that field. But he said the F word.
He said all the words.
He's just like me. I was like, both of us, 20.
No, but you're right. Because, like, imagine you show up every single time. You have to put in your heart and effort and back and body and everything into this game. You are bowling 150 kilometers per hour every single time. And then your team lets you down. Your fielders let you down. Your
over and over and over again.
It's very disheartening. And I can understand why he's so frustrated. Like, you know, he expects better for himself.
Yeah.
He expects better from his teammates. And none of that is happening right now because it feels like a one-sided, you know, fight from him and Asnan. And
literally, I was gonna say besties for life. They have each other's back hard. And you said like they're throwing their body in. Did you see Hassan belly flop onto the field? He was trying to. That looked so painful. He fully like style yoga move slammed on the ground.
Yeah, he bounced back.
Yeah.
Imagine like you're doing all of that, and then the rest of your teammates are just not bothering, and like you're losing by 70, 80 runs in a T20 match. That's insane.
Actually, one was 70 something, and one was who was another team this week lost by 50 something. I think it was Sabah. Yeah. They had a rough start. I feel like they took that first day off. They were like, whatever.
They're just like chilling. They're coming back into it. I think the schedule has been weird for them. So the last two games have been very dominant for them. Yeah, I'm just saying we're slowly coming.
Sounds like bias, but I'm not gonna lie. I too was like, am I rooting for Islamabad? I mean, I was rooting for Azam Khan.
Which
for sure.
Slowly will bring you onto the right side.
Yeah, I tweeted this because I'm sage and wise. And I was like, you like the players so much that you're not like you want them to do well. So again, like I said, I'm here for Pakistan cricket because it was just very hard to watch. Nawaz, his eyes were literally like cutting out of his head through that. Every time they cut him, he was like,
and he was shocked because like he doesn't know what to do with it. And I think like because we're talking about this, I think another big question is Sarfraz Ahmed because he's been out there for 8 seasons now, and the last few have been stinkers. And the question is being asked, like, does he deserve to continue? And someone said that Nadeem Umar at some point said he's going to captain for 10 years. So if that's
why would he do that? My thing is not there's anything wrong with him. He's done amazing things for as leader of this team on many different ways. I'm like trying to find the right words for this. So keep playing, but move aside. I mean, Zalmi made Bobby captain, and no one had a problem with it. Everyone was so supportive.
Exactly. And look at the Qalandars. They made Shaheen Afridi captain. He won the trophy in the first season, being captain. So sometimes change is very good, and it might be good for him as well to like step away from the limelight a bit. Like, let someone else handle the pressure or questions or whatever. He can still be there to like mentor or guide them as a captain.
Yeah, why not? Get that money by doing very little. That is literally my life plan.
That's my MO too.
Literally. Yeah. This is what we want to do and get paid for.
Anyone from the office is listening. That's not what I meant.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's employed still. Some of us. He's dedicated. You said one of your colleagues watched this, or am I getting it that person?
Yeah, apparently a few of my colleagues decided to watch, and they have nothing to do with cricket. So again, the response has been great. I hope you guys.
This episode's just us bragging about ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say some of
and that's it.
Should we say some of the criticisms?
No.
Sabah's language.
Okay, that was your mom and dad.
Mom and dad. Also, someone on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, someone on Twitter was like, oh, is that what makes it different? Is like her filthy mouth or something? And I was like, oh my God, don't flirt with me, But I was like, I don't know.
And then you were like, yes.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and I'm not like other girls.
Yeah.
So yeah, should they go? Gladiators, essentially, I think they're going to either make one of those bowlers captain or they're gonna run. I felt like Bobby was like looking at Naseem and Hassan and was like, they're gonna be in Zalmi. I think they might join Zalmi. I don't know. I have a feeling.
I think they should. I mean, the way that they're going right now, it feels like they're being wasted. They need a captain that can help deliver, on their strengths, and they deserve to win. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a very crickety. This episode's been hardcore on the cricket stuff. So I'm going to ask you. So if the car were, he was performing well in Bangladesh, right? Like it's the mania and all this stuff. But what happens here then? Like you have to say it's team vibe, team chemistry. Then that maybe people don't feel good. They don't feel good about themselves or something.
Yeah, that's actually like a very very good observation because
Excuse me?
no, I'm genuinely complimenting.
I know I genuinely took it as a compliment, but now
Okay.
that you explained it, I don't.
I didn't
So
want to mansplain it. I felt
off air, I guess.
Okay. We'll deal with
He'll mansplain to me like he always does as soon as the camera.
That's just me.
Yeah.
No, but you're right because I feel like every time he comes onto the PSL or even the Pakistan team, I think the pressure is so much higher, and I think that's also speaking to the quality of the PSL because the bowlers that we have, that's what everyone praises about the league. They're exceptional, and you're getting to face all this variety of pace, great spinners. Sometimes the tracks are different too. Whereas in Bangladesh, you might not be getting the same level of competitiveness, and I think that's what's causing him, a bit of a decline because he goes and plays in other parts too. He plays in the National T20, which should be a close replica of the PSL. But then,
Yeah.
I feel like there's more on the line here, and he's done okay so far. But then a few misses from him as well.
Yeah,
And
he had an ifty-50, as I called it. Spelled Fifti, because I'm clever like that.
Yeah, you are definitely the admin of one of the franchises. I'm convinced.
Quit, I'm gladiators. Easy peasy. I wish I was a Sabah United. I'd still be employed.
Peshawar Zalmi should do an easy peasy tweet if they win.
Oh my God, call them.
I'm gonna like tweet tag them.
Call them right now.
Yeah.
Oof, there was so much that happened this week. Literally, like it's the stress of trying to get to all of it. I know we can, but
No, we can't,
okay.
unfortunately. Yeah.
I'm like, what do I get to next? So other moments, because there were so many matches, so many days, and there was so much. We already sort of mentioned that Amer thrusted his pelvis. And look,
He did his
I am a
best
prude.
DX impression. That's what he did. He's a wrestling fan. He wanted to go with, the Degeneration X.
Is that true, or is that your apologist behavior for
No,
pelvic?
that's what I understood the symbol to be, and that's what most as a connection, that's the most close thing that I can think of. So I'm gonna say that that's what he did.
Hey, well, I don't watch sports. I'm not like other girls.
It's
No, but
it's sports entertainment.
sports entertainment. Excuse me. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling growing up.
Why?
I don't know. My parents were like naked dudes. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They had it right in my house, is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
They're like, men, nipples, put those away. No one wants to see it.
Not in
Sorry.
Pakistan.
Not. They're everywhere here. But it was very intense. And then he hurt his groin, right?
I think those things are correlated. Because
they have to be.
You do a pelvic thrust, what area of your body is going to be affected?
Your pelvis will thrust back. Never forget, guys. Your body is smart. It'll teach you a lesson.
As you get older, closer to your 30s, those pelvic thrusts are going to be dangerous. So be choiceful, be careful, thrust responsibly.
I'm so prude that this conversation alone, I'm like, my dad was mad we said that for it. Now it's going to be thrust.
Put this out too, sir, bro.
Yes. I don't even know what thrust means. Okay. All right. Moving on. So then another great match from this week. God, I keep hitting this. Another great, slightly to the side. Another great match from this week was Lahore Qalandars versus Gladiators. Wait, no. What am I even wasting time on?
Yes.
Hassan Ali. That's what we should be talking about. We covered Azam Khan being amazing. Yeah. Hassan Ali, finally after so much work, he got to kick ass. And did they win that match though?
We won the match,
yeah, they won. Yeah. It was so fun to see. It was so fucking good to see that.
It was. Yeah, it said the F word. Somebody's dad, if you're listening. Look, I know. Don't worry. No, but you're right. It was really, really nice. It was really, really nice to watch that because he's been out of the game for so long. He gets so much criticism for, being someone that's just fallen off and all that stuff. And then the way he came back, because in the first over, I remember he went for a lot of runs. So we all thought, there it is. As usual, he's done, finished, blah, blah, blah. And then the next two overs, he changed the game, like completely turned it on its head. And he was one of the reasons that Islamabad United actually came back into the match because the Zalmi were running away with it. Picks up 3 wickets, and then each time he takes a wicket, runs over to the dugout, points towards someone who we didn't know at that time. But it turns out he was pointing at Mubassir and Abrar, and they promised that if Hassan Ali picked up wickets, they were going to do a celebration for him. So off screen, they were doing the generator.
Yeah.
And that's so awesome.
And Speaking of, you know what? Speaking of good social media,
Yeah.
Hassan Ali has always been good.
Yeah.
And he, like, somebody was like, he explained the reason that he was running and pointing is exactly this story that the youngsters, as he called them, said, that, we'll be excited for you when we see it, right? A bit of negging on that front. And he, like, somebody tweeted, like, why didn't you do the generator? And he literally responded with, like, control Ricky Price. Like, it's too expensive.
Hangout or something. Yeah.
Like, he's just, look at, we just have a crush on him. We're like, he's so funny. He's so
I
cute.
just love the United. That's what the show's really about this time, Sabah.
It's causing me so much pain, but really, I'm literally hurting. I was hurting from smiling at Azam Khan, and also the fact Hassan Ali and Azam Khan both won Man of the Match and Moment of the Match for both of their things. So that's 2 wins for IU back to back, like that. Speaking of which, Shaheen Shah Afridi, he changed up his celebration and he's blowing kisses.
Well, maybe to the missus.
To the miss. Hey,
that rhymed.
Stepping on my joke. I tweeted it.
Say it again. Say it again.
No, stealing women's content. This guy, I asked him, did you watch Bridgerton? Okay. And it was relevant to the show. And he goes, no, I don't like stories about women. Okay. If there's more than one woman on cast, please don't cut me off. I will not watch it. And I was horrified, guys. But nepotism, I can't fire him.
You can't fire him. Apparently your boss or something. I did not say I didn't watch it because of the women. I just said I didn't.
You can't prove it though, right?
I have
Who would know?
Of the chat.
You can't do that.
You said you're taking a screenshot. So I was like, I need to maybe.
Oh, so you defend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was going to use it in promotion for this week's episode so that people knew what was happening on the ground floor. But basically, because I was going to ask who, like, they have this thing, it's like Diamond of the Season.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to be like, who do you think is like your diamond? I was going to make like the hottest dude, but
right.
Adi on Twitter, if you guys don't know who that is, she used to have a huge like Haris Ralph fan account that people were such haters. They reported until she had to restart. But she's so quick with PC like videos and like funny jokes and stuff. So she's doing like an actual ranking of hottest cricketers. So I told her like I think she releases it tonight. So we're recording this during the day because I need my light. So then we'll talk about that next week. But that's why I asked you about Bridgerton because I wanted to know the diamond.
Are you gonna tell us like who your number one is? Just like as a prelude to whatever's to come tonight. I mean, I'll obviously be glued to.
Okay, I just want to say that I say this with full respect. Okay, I know I'm older. I'm looking at but it's cool. Like I would never be gross. I would never tweet at this person. I would never slide in their DMs. But I think that Ahmad Abrar, what's his name?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
I think he is very good looking. Diamond of the season, I think.
Okay, yeah, shout out.
Making a case for glasses.
Yeah, bringing those back too. Not many spectacled cricketers, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, lots of very hard flying objects. So you would think that maybe not the best choice.
Tries, yeah. No,
you wear glasses.
I don't actually. I just squint just naturally.
Oh,
it's just my look. It's always nice.
Can't see.
I got LASIK.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Honestly, I was like really against it because I look great in glasses. Like no joke, I would prefer wearing glasses over contacts. And then I started wearing contacts a bit more, to go out and to trick people into finding you attractive or whatever. And so then they started hurting my eyes. And it turns out my body, after wearing contacts since I was like 12, was rejecting them.
Ooh.
Which is so gross to think about in a way, right? Like your body's like, ugh, so I had to get LASIK. It was so easy. It was so easy, guys. So this is an advertisement for LASIK. In and out in a few seconds. And it just felt like there was 100 eyelashes stuck in my eyes for a couple of hours, which was horrible. And my mom, who had my pain medication, was like, oh yeah, I have it. Do you want it? After like 3 hours. And I was like, wait, why didn't you give it to me before? And she goes, I wanted you to eat dinner. So mom, if you're watching, I remember.
You are.
Which we know you are. It's not even. That was really uncool. So anyways, I think yes. Who's your hottest?
Oh. All time?
I guess for PSL, we can do all time next week when we have those rankings.
Who has played at the PSL or currently? I need
Currently,
I need more.
currently, your parameters are within the last 2 weeks.
Okay, listen, because if we're gonna go like all time, I mentioned this before. I know the maybe controversial opinion. I was gonna say Shahid Afridi.
Shahid Afridi, yes, we
Right.
know.
I mean, he's been the face of the Pakistan cricket right now. I think Hasnan's really taking the crown.
Sorry, I said that with so much anger. Shahid Afridi, yeah, you know, like, yeah, he's a good look. I don't know why I said that with so much.
You're so angry that he's good.
I know why. Like, it's fine. He's allowed to be good looking.
Yes. No, I think Hasnan is really taking the belt, and I say this purely from a TikTok observational standpoint because I feel like I see more.
Cite your sources. Yes, you
I see more compilations of him now versus, you know, like the likes of Shadab and all these guys, because Shadab was really running away with it at one point, but now Hasnan's making a comeback, and I think it's the hair.
100% it's the hair. The hair looks, my Pakistani men, you can do other haircuts than just the ones that you think you're meant to do. Like Ahmad did such a basic bitch haircut. Did he not?
It's long on the top.
And it's that sounds like me. Look, as you can see, balding. So I am coming from a place of hate and envy. But like his hair is not, yeah, your hair. What do you call that?
Like the 30-year-old man haircut. I don't know.
You feel attacked?
Sides, long on top.
You feel attacked?
Little bit, because like you keep going after the hair every time, so I feel like there might be some like
no, your hair is there
trauma that we're trying to uncover. No, I mean, again, you have exceptional hair, so I don't know what you're complaining.
Thank you. No, I have PCOS. This is now a health pod where I talk about my hormonal disorders. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is yeah, I agree with you. Hasnan is actually, yeah, maybe Hasnan is going to edge out with the bar, but he's like a child to me. So I feel bad being like, hey, but he looks great. He's playing great. He seems very unbothered. No, I mean, he was pissed, obviously, during the match. But he's
smile on his face. Like, he always tries to be very positive.
Yeah. Big. I think he's a new heartthrob. Shadi's getting a little uncle.
Really?
I gotta say. I think so. He's giving a little uncle.
Why is that, though?
I don't know. Pakistani guys, I'm about to say some of my misandries. So if you're going to be triggered, turn it off. But they just, some of them just kind of fall prey to uncle. And sometimes it happens. And yeah.
He might be giving that.
Don't worry. I'll let you know as soon as I see it.
Why? Yeah, I think like interviews and stuff have been weird too. Like, I think there are some moments where he sounds a bit more uncle-ish. But because we're talking about Shadi, and I know this wasn't in your notes, and we like to give like a PSA in all of these videos, hopefully. You mentioned this, and I want to hear your opinion on this, because you mentioned that we have the zooming in on the women back during the matches. And
did you notice in week 1 it
wasn't really there?
Yeah. And I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, it was a nice change, because we also felt like sometimes on air they were just really focusing on the women in the crowd, and it was becoming uncomfortable to the point they were like
because
people.
Exactly, because okay, so I wrote catch 22. Thank you for reading my notes for real. On that's great. Look at me teaching. So basically, I think it's good when we see women celebrating, and like, you know, like there was this very viral clip now where Naseem Shah like got someone out beautifully, and it cut to this girl who did like an Italian kiss.
Yeah.
She's celebrating, like, you're in that this is like a funny moment. This is a relatable moment. And I like that they show women being normal and like I caught myself and just having a good time. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But since, I mean, I think we as in me, us, the Twitters, discussed this like last year, that this kind of popped off in IPL actually, that they would like cut to a woman, usually light-skinned woman, in the audience and just sit on her. No, she could be drinking tea, she could be scratching her nose, looking at her phone, and we're just slow-mo focused on that person. And it's so, and you know, it comes a lot of conversation of like, leave them alone, because it's already hard enough for us to get the hell outside, y'all, and then you do that. And then this week, a big bit of controversy is that, you know, Shadab is recently married, and his wife, I believe, observes niqab. And they were like just cutting to her here and focusing there. And like people are sharing that, and they're like, oh, this and that, and so beautiful. And just goes to show you're going to objectify women no matter what. She's literally telling you to like F off, right? Like she's like, this is not for you. This is my body, my modesty. Like, get out of here. And they're in her face.
Yeah. It's so invasive.
It's so invasive. And it's like, I mean, I just don't get it. I think it's really weird. And then I noticed they were doing it with girls again. So again, I don't want the erasure, obviously, of women in the audience, because it's awesome to see more and more coming, and PSL feeling like it's getting better at accommodating that. But then don't treat them like part of the entertainment.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. And I think like also, I'm gonna maybe lighten this up a little bit. No one wants to have like a zoomed up image of their face from like here. That's really uncomfortable. Like imagine you're at a wedding or something.
I'm literally like in the camera right now.
So it's just me telling Sabah to move back a little bit.
He's literally like, get your ugly mug back away from this
putting
camera.
words in my mouth.
Honestly, stardom has got into his head. He was a different man a week ago.
Come back for episode 3.
No, but one time I did think like, okay, let's say you were at a match and they didn't cut to you.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
everyone except you.
Everyone but me? I'd be devastated.
There needs to be equality there too. Yeah. So let's just call that out for being uncomfortable. It shouldn't be that way. You're gonna be inclusive. Be inclusive for the sake of like, showing people,
of showing joy, of showing something funny. And and that also goes for you people on the internet who screenshot and take pictures of the women, and you're like, oh my God. What do you think is going to happen? She's going to find you? She's not.
No, and then there seems to be like a witch hunt of sorts where people will then be like, oh, I saw this person on screen in the stadium, and then they're like trying to find socials and all that, which can be, very uncomfortable for a lot of people. So why put someone through that? That's uncalled for. The PCB, if you're listening, we know you are. You need to take, some accountability and remove this kind of creepy behavior from your broadcast.
PCB. Yeah, we know. We know you're listening. Speaking of which, PCB is in some pretty hot water because they have moved the matches out of Punjab.
And now apparently, like as of 2 hours ago, they moved them back in.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a weird, like,
so good at my job. Couldn't have told me that. You saw it in the notes.
No, I forgot.
I think it was like a fool on my own show. Okay, well, good then, because people were livid.
But it's still not confirmed. Like, there's no official statement from the PCB.
Okay. This is a roller coaster ride. We're there, we're not there.
Exactly. Like, we're not sure. People are buying tickets. They don't know if they're gonna get to watch the matches. It's weird. Yeah.
I saw a tweet that was, me and all my cousins didn't eat outside for months, didn't spend on useless things to save the money to buy for the final. We were counting days, so excited. PCB and teams chose money over fans not watching one more game. Another person said their family collectively spent $70K on tickets because they were so much more expensive this time.
Yeah, they were.
And our families on average are like 10 people. So I imagine
2,000 rupees is a lot of money. And for
that's a lot of money.
Entertainment for like 3 hours, that's insane.
Yeah. Especially again, because sorry, say that again. Sorry.
I'm saying these guys aren't getting what they deserve, or just to watch their teams play. If they are spending the money, that's
really, really nuts. I hope it does go back. People were really hyped because Pindi Stadium is famously the most hype, I think.
Because it's like, I mean, you being a Pindi person,
I'm like, tell me.
No, because it's like
hold on, sorry.
Yep, go for it.
I put it on Do Not Disturb. It shouldn't have rang. Just so popular. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying the Pindi Stadium has a very close kind of seating arrangement. So you're very much like near the field, whereas when you're watching it in Karachi or Lahore, you're like really far back, right? So it feels like a very disconnected experience.
I did not enjoy going to the Karachi Stadium.
I can imagine. I've been there.
I couldn't see anything.
Yeah. You might as well watch it. I've been there with like back in 2008 when I moved back to Pakistan, and it wasn't enjoyable because I felt like my dad and and my brother, we were sitting at the very top of the seating area just so that we could look over the fence.
Over the thing, yeah. And even that's pretty hard to do in that stadium because they have the like sheets on top, I guess, for rain or whatever. Yes, I thought it was horrible. I couldn't see anything. There was a delay between the screen, which like I could have watched that screen at home. And then the kids with the vuvuzelas. Oh, let me tell you, when they got banned, I literally blew one in excitement. I was like, thank God. I almost hit a kid. Okay, I'm putting it on air that I was this close to being like, I'm gonna smack this out of your hand. It was the most annoying thing I've ever experienced.
Change of pace. Do not condone violence against children. Just Just FYI.
Unless you give them a vuvuzela, and then that's bad parenting, and that's on
Sometimes
you.
okay.
I literally, I'm sorry, I'm about to say this. BCB, do not ban me from matches. I switched my tickets. So I had like these tickets that were given to me, and I switched them with these kids who were sitting like far away in some empty section. And they were like, "Are you sure?" Like, they literally like, "This auntie is dumb." And I was like, "I am positive. You go there. I'm taking your seats." I could not be.
I hate the sound of the vuvuzelas, and whoever invented that device deserves to be questioned.
I said, I hope he's in hell.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you can live with you. No, I think he's dead for sure. Someone definitely killed him. There's no way that there's no way he's living in peace on this planet. Let me tell you.
Let us know if you.
Yeah. Give me your address, because I'm about to come outside your house and blow that shit with 300 Pakistani children. And they have endless energy because there is nothing else to do, which is why Pindi Stadium is popping. We have nothing else to do.
It's amazing. It's a great experience. So if you're there and the games are happening, do go down and enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so like scrolling through this, we could literally go on forever. I did want to mention like fast. Shaheen Shafriদি had a really brilliant catch. He caught out Hafiz in their match where he like did like a slide like across the grass and it still landed. Everyone was really pumped. That was a great match for him overall. He was hugging players that he was dismissing. Fun to see. I had like a lot of sorry.
I said he was hugging his own players, just hugs all around.
Yeah, he gave Haris Rauf a hug when he didn't play Haris Rauf in the last few overs or the last over.
He was sucking that day, and I think that might be something to do with you.
Yeah. So he gave him a hug. He's a good friend. So that was part of my softer side. There was a lot of Hassan Ali and Babar interactions, which were cute, where like he like fist bumped him. He tried to hit him with his bat jokingly. He hit Mohamed Haris in the face with the bat. No, and then he accidentally swung his bat into his face. Yeah.
And Haris performed great that night. So the PZ.
Yeah. Is he still one of the players that you've got your eyes on?
Yeah, he's exceptional. I think there was a thread going around today where someone was asking if you were starting a franchise and you could only pick one, or like the first pick that you would make as a batsman, who would that be? And a lot of people were saying Mohamed Haris. So I think everyone's got their eyes on him and he's really delivering right now. It's really fun to watch.
For sure. Also, I feel like he's very humble. He always looks surprised to me.
But he seems very confident as well.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Well, Babar also spoke very highly of him in one of the press conferences, and he was like, he's the best, and anyone who questions me, Bobby, extra sassy these days. He is that, I'm gonna say a bad word, but he is that bitch these days, and he doesn't give a shit who knows it. I'm loving it. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, he is. And it's nice to see, because like usually when he gets flustered at press conferences, he's not very articulate, but then when he's being himself and he's letting loose, I really enjoy that, because the clips that you sent me, especially, he was just letting everyone know exactly what was on his mind. Nothing held back.
I love when they were like, "What's wrong with KK?" And he was like, "Am I their coach? Like, why are you asking me that? Like, just say what you want to say, that they're worse off without me."
Yeah,
I loved that.
Someone asked him, like, you were greeting everyone like very happily, and then you're playing Shaheen. He's like, "To main roke mein will say." Like,
yeah, that was fun.
Like,
what are you trying to say? Yeah, another one where he was like, I forgot the clip because you went on so long, and then like people asking him like, by the way, he's 28. Pakistanis, you psychos, and someone's like, oh, your hair is turning white because you're not married yet.
Is that white? My hair is white too. No,
I was gonna say I'm getting white. Man, it just happens. I'm getting white hair too, and that's purely from neglect and stress.
Okay.
Yeah,
not because of the whole marriage thing.
No. I imagine if I was married, my hair would turn white overnight from just
stress.
Pure hatred. I'm kidding. I'm on Bumble. Did I mute myself? No. Okay. Oh my God.
I heard that. So do your parents. We're all fine with that. We're supporting.
I love telling them the stories, and they're always on the side of the men, strangely enough.
We should do an entire episode on failed or funny Bumble connections.
Are you bumbling out there?
I don't want to admit this on air, but I can share a few stories.
We'll compare profiles.
Yeah, once the PSL ends, we'll do a deep dive on online dating.
Yeah, let us know if you guys would like us to continue another show here on Change of Pace, where it's just us talking.
Relationship advice.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what my other podcast is essentially. Is me like asking
too.
Yeah, done. Because asking people about relationships and stuff, because I just find it so interesting. And now I can bring this back to PSL is that the relationships between the players has been really fun to watch. There was a lot of love this week.
Yeah.
We talked about Azam playing against his old team, and he was sort of like giving his little nudges to Hasnan. And like when Naseem Shah was livid,
Yeah.
like he was getting hugs from us and Ali, like people.
Junior was about to like make out with him at some point because they got really close.
I was so excited. Then it didn't happen. Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Cancel for sure.
I'm not. People are very sexualizing these players, by the way. And I'm going to tell you all that objectifying men is just as bad as objectifying women.
You heard it here first.
It's not the same. Somebody was like fighting on Twitter this week and like being really mean to people about their PSL crushes.
Okay.
Can you hear that, by the way?
No.
No, okay. Now I just look insane. There's a motorcycle. I'm not crazy.
Oh, no, I didn't hear it. Don't worry.
Yeah, although I live high up, it's like whatever's on the road is happening in here with me. I don't know the science behind that.
Yeah, weird.
But yeah. Anyways, when you live alone, you just sort of.
Makes two of us.
Oh, you also?
Yeah. I hear
Wow.
sounds all the time.
You're just like, as this podcast continues, like by the end of the year, we're just like unhinged, recluse people, foil all over the back.
Is completely unhinged people on air.
Unhinged.
No one can control us. What are you gonna do?
One. Yeah. That's what like AZ said was very funny. I don't know if it was this week or last week. I'm like his #1 fan. I don't know. When he put up our reel on Insta stories, I was like, all right, great, and open it.
Yeah.
Like, thanks.
Hey, AZ.
No,
Hey, colleague.
Big fan. First time
Big
ever.
fan. He's like, stop messaging me, you weirdo. Okay, so we're gonna close out the show. I mean, last week we went for much longer, but unfortunately, you said 3:00. Had you said earlier, I would have been ready. So
I apologize.
I don't know. That didn't feel sincere. That felt very empty.
But yeah.
Actually, I had like surprise questions to ask you that I didn't put in the notes because I wanted your like immediate response to this. Okay, all the Bridgerton jokes are here where I call you a misogynist. You said you played cricket, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I spoke about how Hasnan like body slammed on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So did you get lots of bruises?
Yeah, I did. One time. Great that you asked me this because I just remembered this.
You've been waiting for this moment.
I've been waiting for someone to like ask me this. No, I tried to play a sweep shot and I wasn't very good at it. And I missed the ball completely and it hit me in the throat. And weirdly enough, it hit me like seam side, like right here. So I had seam marks on my throat. That was probably one of the funniest ones. A few times like ball hitting the toe that hurt, where I hit my own toe with the bat while batting because the ball was very full. Random injuries while you're catching stuff. Yeah, all sorts of.
Wait, so when it hit you, were you like strangled? Were you coughing, or were you just?
Yeah, for a few seconds I couldn't breathe because like thankfully it was a spinner, so it didn't hit me as hard. But like even then the impact.
Yeah, spinner.
Surprising. And it came up, hit me, and then for a few seconds I was like stunned, and it felt like like the burning sensation of being hit in the throat.
Can't relate. I choose peace. I choose.
That's why it's not a good sport to play.
I once hit someone in the shin with a cricket bat, not realizing really, like I thought I was just tapping them, but they're so heavy that it just swung into their leg. I felt so bad, and they had a dark bruise.
Yeah. Unless he was the Vuvuzela guy, then he deserves it.
It was my sister. sorry. She'll def. He actually didn't watch the last episode.
Oh.
Isn't that mean?
That is. My brother watched it.
Do you just have one brother?
I just have one brother, so Sarah, if you're...
Wow, Sarah, you're just my one sister, bro. Come on, now I'm embarrassed. I shouldn't have even said it. So for us, if you could just bleep all of that. So you would get bruising. So then I wonder, because sometimes like they get hurt or they jump or they get hits them, and then you just have to keep playing. And I'm like, I am such a baby.
Yeah, gotta power through. And it's the same case for like any sport, but I think cricket does have a lot of danger associated with it. But everyone just seems to carry on with their game. I think it's just like the passion that they have, which we're not doing it professionally, but if we were, maybe we would be at that level. I don't know.
They say that most men believe they could be a professional sports player.
Yeah, I think at some point all of us have looked at the screen and thought like I could do that, and I'm guilty of that myself.
I know.
But I realized like the gulf in talent and like ability for someone that says that versus the people that you see out there is insane. So no, if you do think that and you believe in yourself, try. I'm not saying not to try.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Believe in yourself.
don't
That's what you
put
need to
yourself
take
down.
away.
Yeah.
And manifest. If you just say it enough times this year, you will be on the cricket team.
So no, not just that. So I realized today I was manifesting being back here for episode number 2. I'm here. So
You ran a campaign.
man,
Oh yeah, I'll be honest. I decided after the first episode that I think that like it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's believing in yourself. Okay, fine. I literally have 2 minutes before I have to go, but so I'm gonna ask. I asked this on Twitter, and the responses were pretty boring, but I'm gonna ask you too.
Okay.
What do you think is the most? Are you watching Last of Us?
I am, yeah.
Isn't it so good?
It's like breaking my soul with every single episode.
Are you caught up completely?
Yeah, fully. Yeah.
Yeah. I even got my mom on it, and she's usually very anti-zombie shows, but the episode
So
of the couple with Ron Swanson,
yeah,
that like broke us. We were like sobbing. Yeah.
was really
But anyways, it made me think.
Yeah.
What is the most effective weapon in a zombie apocalypse? A baseball bat,
Mhm.
a cricket bat,
Yeah.
a pet bat that you've trained, or Batman.
Batman. Has
Yeah.
to be Batman. Because like he's got all the other weapons. And again, if I'm gonna go down in an apocalypse, I'd rather push him in front and let the zombies go after him so I have
Yeah.
a chance to run.
I'm like, he just has a big house. Just lock the door.
Could be that too. I didn't think of
Most
that.
people were like, oh, baseball bat. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't have even put it as an option.
I would have picked baseball bat over cricket bat though, because I feel like the swing is a bit easier.
Ergonomic.
Yeah, it is a little ergonomic. You could aim for the head a little better, you know, like
Yeah.
there's more of a, I don't know, the shape would just hurt more, I think.
Okay, now we gotta go really fast. What is more satisfying for you to watch? A catch out or a catch or a run out?
Catch. Depends on, like, you mean like a crazy kind of catch?
Like Shaheen, like skidding across the
Yes,
grass, or
100%,
like
yeah.
those ones.
Yeah.
Catch. I really love a run out, especially if it's a shitty one where it's just like tap, and they're like, get out of here. Like I love those. I love those.
Fair.
Okay, who do you think gives the best hugs
Shaheen.
out of the cricket players working at this PSL to give you your parameters, sir?
Shaheen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like he's got more surface area, so really like, yeah. Full
He is a
bare
tall
hugs,
guy.
He's a tall guy too. Yeah.
Great hair, as we
Yeah.
previously covered. Okay, who do you think is not a hugger? Doesn't want to hug.
Who's not a hugger?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is not a hugger. I feel like cricketers are like very touchy.
They are very touchy.
They're like-
Pakistani men are very touchy.
Patting their butts and like, you know, I don't think there's anyone that's not a hugger. Maybe Muhammad Ali.
Look at you giggling. They're patting butts.
I'm just
Okay,
saying
last
what's
one.
happening.
Last one. Who's bad at texting back?
Baller.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Yeah, he's got
And he'll
that.
walk up to you and be like, oh, hey, yeah, I saw it.
Sorry, I didn't see my phone for 4 days.
Okay, so then the last part of the show, I wish I didn't have to cut us short. I'm sorry, but was like the soundtrack, right? That I actually have that playlist up. I'll share it as soon as this episode goes live. And so my soundtrack song of the week is Flicka the Wrist
Ooh.
for
from
Azam Khan.
I had
Yeah.
Awesome as well. It's by J. Cole, GOMD. Get off my.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. So 2 different approaches, but same energy.
Yeah,
I
same
would
energy,
say.
exactly.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I have to run because
That's
of
the
my
show.
other job. This is why employment sucks. This was the show. Thank you so much I hope you enjoy. Let us know in the comments what else you'd like to see. I think we have 1 episode covering PSL left. Maybe we can make it 2 if I
Maybe.
get enough guests on here. Thank you so much for joining again,
Having
my
me. Maybe I'll be
illustrious
back
guest.
again. Yeah.
Yay! And yeah, share everything and be nice to us and keep, all that good stuff.
Recording. Yeah.
Yay! Nepotism. Woo! Bye.